Hey everybody, it's Jim here, and today we have another USA versus Japan comparison of two guitars that are in slightly different price ranges, and we're going to see just how much there is between the two of them. Starting off with a Gibson Greeny Les Paul Standard and the Cruise Maniac Sound LS02 Flamed Maple. Now I'm not going to waste your time. I know the majority of people that click on these sorts of videos are mainly interested in hearing the sound comparisons of these two guitars back to back. But before we get into that, I just want to remind you, in the middle position of the Les Paul Standard Greeny, the pickups are out of phase. So it is not an apples to apples comparison with a Les Paul that has traditional wiring, such as the Cruise that we're about to put it up against. For the demo, we are going to be using the Friedman Pink Taco version 2. If you hear any sort of delay / reverb, it will be from the Strymon Volante, mic'd up by the 57 straight into the interface. Let's get into it, and I'll give you my thoughts on how they feel afterwards. So we're going to start off with the Greeny and talk about some of the sounds of this and how I felt in the room playing it. This guitar's bridge pickup I thought was the better of the two. It really encompasses what I love about Gibson Les Pauls or Les Paul style guitars in general. It breaks up really quick. It's got this big, angry, but full sound to it. It's really fantastic. The middle position, you're either gonna love it or you're gonna hate it with this guitar. I really do like it, although I think it might be a little bit more of a niche kind of sound compared to the traditional wiring. The neck pickup on this, I was a little bit surprised. Kind of let me down a little bit compared to the Cruise. I thought it was a little bit muddy, a little boomy, and it had nothing to do with heights or anything like that. I made sure everything was uniform between the two guitars before I started to film. Now on this YouTube channel, I make it really well known that I'm a huge fan of Japanese-made instruments. However, sometimes with the less expensive models, I might find myself a little more the wanting when it comes to the actual electronics and the pickups that they come from the factory with. With this guitar, I don't really see a point to switch anything out on it. Yes, I definitely did prefer the bridge pickup on the Gibson, as I stated earlier, but again, just to reiterate, the neck pickup on this guitar is really good, and I can't believe that this guitar was only 120,000 yen to begin with new. But I'll let you guys talk in the comments down below. Let me know what you think of the sound sample, because I want to talk about how they feel after that. Now when I first got this Cruise Maniac sound, I was really impressed with it, but after doing this back-to-back comparison with the Gibson, I'm pretty much blown away, especially considering the price difference between these two guitars. A lot of times, you'll see people on YouTube very easily take a lower end guitar and make it sound just as good, if not better than, a higher end guitar. That's only part of the equation when it comes to making a quality instrument. And despite the fact that the finishes are different on this guitar, this has the gloss nitrocellulose finish on it, whereas the Gibson has a satin nitrocellulose finish. That's going to be all up to your own personal taste as a player. Build quality wise, there is nothing in it between these two guitars. You've got quality Goto hardware. You have CTS pots, a Switchcraft jack, and yeah, you do have the Cruise Maniac sound pickups, but as I stated earlier, I thought they sounded damn good, and I actually thought the neck pickup sounded better on the Cruise than it did on the Gibson. You have a long neck tenon, which is something that does not come on many Gibson Les Pauls outside of, historics and really high-end models. You're not finding that on a Studio. A real flame maple top on this guitar to boot, not a veneer. This thing really is outstanding to play with. Now, after what I just said about the Cruise, you're probably thinking that I'm going to sit here and say that I don't believe that this Gibson is worth the money. I think that's really not the right way to go about looking at things. That Cruise is not a guitar that you could just buy very easily. As a matter of fact, I haven't seen one of those on the market in America in months. They're very uncommon because they're made in very small numbers, which does allow for the quality to be absolutely top notch. So it's not like I'm talking about an Eastman or an Epiphone that you can run out and immediately go out and purchase without any sort of issue availability wise. But I do really think that this is also a great guitar. I love a lot about this instrument, and I don't want to make this a this is better than this, or that's better than that. At the end of the day, value is in the eye of the beholder. I would be happy with either one of these guitars if I was going to be playing full-time with it, but if I had to pick one of them personally, I already did. I picked the Cruise. So this guitar is going to be going off to a new home. Let me know in the comments down below if you agree with my decision or not, or which one you would have rather had. However, we're at the end of the video. I can't think of a better note to end on than that. Thank you for watching this. If you enjoyed this, found this helpful, useful, or entertaining, feel free to like and subscribe. Leave me a comment again. Let me know what you thought about this video or what other guitars you would like to see comparisons of going into the future. Other than that, I hope you tell somebody that you love today that you love them. Have a great day. Play your guitar. Get off the internet. Take it easy.